This next section is the scout section. The way that this works is that if a scout reaches, you can see right here, there's a scout that I've got targeted in, and as soon as he sees you, he's going to run for one of these big drums that you see off on the left. If he gets there, he's going to summon 2 reinforcements. They have about 600k health. They're not a big deal. They just slow you down. So it's really important to kill the scouts first so that they don't summon extra stuff. There's also packs on the side here that you can skip, but you need to be really careful not to pull them. Don't be lazy, don't be sloppy. Just be careful with where your people are standing and that sort of thing. Also, if you mind control as a CC on these flamethrowers, don't hit their fireball volley because it ignores line of sight. It has a huge range. Our first attempt of this day, we actually wiped to learning that little tidbit. So don't if you're going to mind control, just let the mobs kill what you mind control. Don't hit any of the buttons or anything. This Archon here is one of the annoying ones. There's similar mobs in ZG as well. They put these sigils or whatever on you that they snare you, they make you take some damage. If they put the sigil of death on you, it does a decent amount of damage, but just cleanse it as quick as you can. You can see here our Frosty K had to blow his rocket boots to run up there and catch that scout before he got to the drum. But it's a close call, but we managed to kill him real quick. So the Dragonhawks are actually not too big of a deal. I'm just going to AoE him down real quick. Drag this guy with us as we go. Kill him off. Right up here, there's one scout that kind of patrols this whole little path. We haven't got to him yet. So this one right here just kind of sits on a mound. Yeah, there was one back there that our priest just killed. Sorry, I didn't have a very good angle on it. This one on the mound, you can see we're going to kill really quickly after I get done drinking. And he's just going to fall over. The next one is kind of patrolling towards us. You want to wait for him to get away from those other ones and then kill him off as well. As we'll do 3, 2, 1. It's very important for your range or everyone to kind of give you just a quick count so that everyone's attacks kind of hit at the same time, and hopefully the scout just falls over. On these in general, you want to try and kill the fire dudes. I forget their exact name. You want to kill them first because that fireball volley hits for a ton. It's pretty important to kind of get them out of the way as quick as you can. So here we are, just killing the trash. We probably should be moving on up with this trash, dragging it with us, but I think in this area it's better safe than sorry. There's, like I said, there are scouts that patrol around, so if you're not certain where they are, if you haven't marked them so you can see where they are at a given time, it's probably a good idea to just finish where you are. You can see here we're learning from our mistake. We're just going to mind control one of those flame casters and just let the other mobs in the pack kill it. The other one fireball volleys us, so we just can kind of jump into the fray and start dealing with the other ones. You can see here I'm being kind of liberal with my cooldowns to catch us up, and blowing my guardian, dealing with that fireball volley that we just got hit with. The Juggernaut is another one of the big nasty ones that are just kind of annoying. He will cast that Glory of the Zandalari ability as well. When they do that, they go immune, I think, for the duration of the channel until it kind of explodes with light or whatever, like it just did. You see they also enrage, but I think our hunter tranked that, so we didn't have to worry about it. So we're dragging this stuff further on up. And this next boss is the Dragonhawk boss, I think. The thing that you need to remember with him is that there's going to be 2 hatchers that are going to run to either side and let loose Dragonhawks. Those Dragonhawks are annoying, and there's a shit ton of them. So it's important that you pick one of them to kill and then let the other one through. If you don't kill some of the Dragonhawks at the start, he'll overwhelm you with all of them at the end. So you need to kill one of the hatchers so you don't get overwhelmed at the start, but let one of them through so you don't get overwhelmed at the end. So you can see we opted to kill the one looking right now on the left, and the other one's trampling off over there to the eggs, and he's setting them loose. There's really only 2 other things that you need to pay attention to on this. Is the breath, that you can see that he has an affinity for casting at me, so you just kind of move out of the way. You'll get hit by a quick tick of it, and then you can just hop out of the way before the big damage gets through. But if you do get hit by it full on, it will hit pretty hard. You can see that up in melee range, our Frosty K is just doing his thing and destroying the Dragonhawks, the Mind Seers helping as well. This is the other big thing to worry about. You can see once he gets to a certain percentage, he lets loose all of your Dragonhawks. I want to say it's 30%, maybe. You can probably just rewind and see exactly when they started flying. But the other thing is the firebomb. He's just going to put little red dots on the ground that if you don't stand on them, you won't take any damage. So I think I bubble through it just to be careful. But I think our Pally just almost died, but we again made it through. You can also notice that I'm liberally using mana pots. It's something, after we tried this the first time, I decided it's probably a good idea to do, just to, again, save us some time. They're not too expensive, so just grab yourself a 10 stack or something and go through it. You can notice we just skipped another patrol. It's another one of those two that have a lot of health, take a while to kill. So this is the last little stretch of the bear run. We are now fighting this little packs of lynx. You can notice that I just hodged the big one, the mama lynx or whatever. She's annoying, hits pretty hard and will stun other people. And you can see I just got stunned, and they just said on vent the pat's coming back. So, oh, look at that. Sorry, priest saves me. Life grips me on up here. So here we go. You can skip more or less everything else through here. You just need to be careful. And just run straight up. There's also neutral crocs over on the right. Be careful not to pull them with AoE stuff or anything. There's going to be 2 crocs and a tamer or something like that up here. The troll will cast a mind control on one of your party members if you let him, and it needs to be interrupted or whatever to deal with. And you can see right here, I just get hit by it. I interrupt our priest, which he whines about, and then I get frost trapped, and I'm freaking out a little bit because I can't heal, don't have any way out of it, but we made it through. So here we go. Again, we just want to keep moving. You can see that we're in a pretty good spot. We've got 9 minutes left, and this is the very last stretch of the run. So as you come through here, you'll get attacked by more link. You want to let your tank, just get a decent amount of threat and then just move on. And you can tell I've kind of sped this up a little bit. I'm trying to get this all to fit into 2 videos on YouTube, so hopefully I don't think anything too much will be lost in the translation here. And you just kind of gradually work your way through these cats until you get to the final pull right up here. Be liberal with your cooldowns. You can see I'm blowing my Guardian right there, and you should be fine. Yeah. This pull right here is actually pretty nasty if you don't CC something. So we're going to have our hunter throw a trap, and we get one of the cats, and that's more than enough to deal with it. An important thing to take note of in this little pull is that one of the mobs will put a poison on your DPS, and see our DK just had it. You need to cleanse that as quick as you can. And that is the last pull. So we're going to run on up here to Halazi. Really, the only trick is that you need to have all of basically your entire party stand on top of your tank to split the cleave damage. You want to move him out of the water totems that he drops, otherwise he'll get healed by them. You want to kill the lightning totems that he summons, or they'll do a decent amount of damage to your party. The only other thing is he'll summon a little lynx, and you can cleave it and stun it and whatever just to keep it from doing damage to you or whatever, but you can more or less ignore it, I think is what we determined. Just ignore it and just keep on DPS in the boss. You see, nothing too scary at all here. I think that there's also a flame shock that it's probably a good idea to cleanse, but nothing scary from this boss at all. If you've made it this far with this much time left, you've got it. You can see I almost let my tank die right there at the end. But I'm going to go over here and let the little troll out, and we win. All right. Things to remember in general: be very liberal with cooldowns, both healing cooldowns, throughput cooldowns, tank cooldowns. I think in general we decided that it was probably a good idea to bloodlust on Eagle and Lynx. If you're going to fail here, you're probably going to fail on either the scout section or the Lynx section. So pay extra attention to how we got through those 2 parts, and you should be fine. I hope that you all enjoyed the video. That was CD's Quick and Dirty ZA Bear Run. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave them in the YouTube comments below, or you can visit us at our guild website, computusdemum.net. There's a public forum there that we'll be happy to talk to you about it. Again, hope you enjoyed it. My name's Yander, and see you next time.